Alrighty fellas, today we're doing an awesome move called the catch Chaplin. Here it is. That's the move, and here is a slow-mo. So, to get right into it, I'm going to break this move down into about 4 steps. So here we go, starting with step number 1. What you're going to do is you're going to grab the safe handle with the knife in the open position, just like this, and you're going to take this weird grip where you're grabbing mostly with your index finger and your thumb, and you're going to grab with the tip of your index finger and the tip of your thumb, maybe about a ½ an inch below the pivots, right? So you can see where I'm grabbing here and where I'm grabbing there with my thumb. Your last 3 fingers, they can just rest on the knife. It doesn't really matter where they are. So now you've got this grip, right, with the weird index, thumb, pinch, and what you're going to do is you're going to fling the bite handle out over the back of your hand. Now, the bite handle, the blade should hit right about in your first knuckle crease, right? So where your first bend in your knuckle is, right about there, that's where it should hit. Wham, just below your fingernail. So you got this weird grip, open position, you fling the knife out over your index finger, it hits just where your knuckle is. Now, right when it hits, what you're going to do is you are going to remove your last 3 fingers and your thumb. It doesn't have to be a huge removal or anything. You can just kind of like slide them out of the way just a little bit. And you're going to do a motion with your index finger upwards and to the left. So this is my left, this is your left. Of course, the camera's backwards, but upwards and to the left. So you fling the knife, you grab the weird position, you fling it out over your index, hits right where your knuckle crease is. You are your first knuckle crease, right there. Right where your first knuckle crease is, just as it hits, you're going to move your hand up and to the left, like that, up and to the left. So hits up and to the left. And you can see there it already kind of started doing a rotation, so you can kind of see where this is going maybe. But anyway, so you do this motion, it hits, you move your hand up and to the left, and then you're going to do a little bit of a circular motion to cap it off. So a sharp up and to the left, and then a circle around. So I'll show you what that looks like when you do it right. You'll do 1 Chaplin rotation, right? So you get the weird grip, you fling it out over your index, you move up and to the left, and then you go around, and when it comes around, you can either catch with your middle finger or with your thumb, whatever's comfortable. Doesn't really matter. And so once you can do that, right, you can go from this open position here to 1 Chaplin rotation directly. You are getting started here. And so what you want to do is, once you can go into 1 Chaplin rotation, of course, you want to be able to do more than 1 Chaplin rotation, right? So you can just go right from there into as many Chaplins as you want. So if you're having Chaplin troubles, I got a great tutorial on that, so you can check that out. But anyway, so that's the first step, right? So from this open position here, directly into a Chaplin around your index finger. Once you can do that, we're going to move on to step 2. So step 2 is a move called the handy switch. So I have a tutorial on that already, but this is going to be a little bit different. So if you already know that, you want to watch this anyway. So what you're going to do basically is the handy switch is that move right there. You're going to grab the exact same position, except you're going to grab the bite handle in the closed position, just like this. So same index, same thumb, same relaxed bottom 3 fingers. And instead, what you're going to do for this move is you're going to remove your last 3 fingers. You're going to get them out of the way, and then you're going to fling the safe handle out over your index finger. So once again, right, you got this weird grip with just the tips of your fingers on the bite handle. You remove your last 3 fingers, you fling out the safe handle, and you're here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your last 3 fingers and you're going to catch the safe handle. So you got this weird grip, bite handle, last 3 fingers out of the way, over your index finger, last 3 fingers grab, and from here what you're going to do is you're going to fling the knife forward and you're going to fling the knife up to catch. So once you got that figured out, so you got the bite handle, over your index finger, catch with your last 3 fingers, and up and over. Of course, what you're going to want to do to help you learn this move, the catch Chaplin, you want to make this move as fluid as possible. So when it starts out, right, it looks kind of stilted and dumb. But what you want to do is you want to get it to be as much 1 motion as possible. So it'll kind of look like a fan motion. It'll be like nothing's even stopping you. There is no pause, because there is no pause. You're just doing a throw and then a catch with your last 3 fingers. So you want to work on this handy switch, and you want to do it until you can get it to be completely fluid. As fluid, not that fluid, but as fluid as it can be, right, basically. And so now you have these 2 steps, right? So you have the ability to start in the open position and fling the knife over your index finger right into a Chaplin. And you have the ability to do the handy switch in a super fluid motion. So fluid, it's almost like it's an aerial, basically, right? So you kind of fling the knife in the air, it leaves your hand for a split second, and then you catch it over your index finger. So once you have those two moves, we're going to do a little bit of the third step is a little bit of a modification on the handy switch. So what you're going to do is instead of doing this fling over your index finger, what you're going to do, you're going to do the exact same throw at the start, and right when you let go, instead of just letting go with your last three fingers, you're going to let go with all of your fingers, and you're going to catch it in this position here with your index on the top and your middle finger below. So normally for the handy switch, right, it would be a catch like this. But instead, you're going to catch it, instead of catching it like this, you're going to catch it like this. So I'll show you what that looks like, right? So you got the bite handle in this weird grip, you fling the knife, you let go, basically, and you can catch with your index finger. And you want to do it so it's kind of a throw and a catch. And it doesn't even have to go into a Chaplin or anything, you just got to be able to grab the knife, the bite handle, you fling out the safe handle, and just as it leaves your hand, you're going to do a little bit of a swapperoonie, and you're going to catch it over your index finger. So you want to be able to do this, basically, right? And catch it in this position here. So now you got three steps, right? You got this ability to go right into a Chaplin. You can do a little bit of an aerial handy switch kind of thing. And you can do this weird handy switch variation where you catch it over your index finger. Now, the next step is what you want to do is you want to take this weird variation here. Once you can do it, so you can catch it like this, you're going to extend the range of the throw, right? So you throw it a little bit farther, and you do a catch. And you throw it a little bit farther, and you do a catch. Throw it a little bit farther, and you do a catch, and so on and so forth, until you can basically do a small aerial, and you can catch it in this position here, right, over your index finger, basically. And so if you're catching it right, your middle finger will be behind, that's fine. It doesn't really matter, but the point is, right, you want to be able to grab the bite handle in this position here, do a little bit of a throw, and a catch where it winds up in this position here. And you can extend that throw, whatever you want to do. If you're having trouble with it coming over your index finger, all you got to do is you got to do just a little bit of a sideways, a pull backwards and to the left, right? So you do a throw and a catch, and if it doesn't work quite right, you can just kind of do a little bit of a backwards pull and it'll go over. So I'll show you what that looks like, right? Just kind of like that. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to combine these two moves. So you're going to take this big throw and the catch, and just as it hits your index finger, what you're going to do is you're going to do that upwards and to the left pull I talked about earlier. And so you do this big throw and this catch, and right when you catch, you do this up and to the left pull like that. And that's going to start a rotation where you can continue it and it'll go around your finger. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I'll show you what that looks like, right? So you do this throw and this catch, and just as it hits, right? So the knife's in the air, it hits here. You do this upwards to the left motion and around, and you can go right into a Chaplin, right? So just like that. And you don't even need your middle finger. Your middle finger can like hit it sometimes, but don't even think about your middle finger. You just try to think about catching it with just your index, just like that. So now you've got all these steps. You've got this Chaplin. So what's this good? This move is awesome. It's basically like the first of the big boy aerials, basically, right? So there's like basic aerials and stuff, but this is the first kind of cool aerial that we're going to learn. But there's all kinds of different applications. So this is one of the best ways to get into a pinky Chaplin, right? So you just do the same catch, except instead of with your index, you can catch it with your pinky. And you can go into pinky Chaplins, you can do whatever, all kinds of stuff, right? You can do whatever the heck you want to do with them. Another thing you can do is this is a great move as a transfer. So what you can do is you can do an underhand transfer, right? That tutorial, I'll put that in the description, right? And what you can do is in your left hand, when you have the bite handle, you can do a throw in the air, and you can do a catch into a reverse catch Chaplin. So I'll show you what that looks like, right? So I got the safe handle in my dominant hand. I fling the bite handle into my off hand, and I throw this in the air, and I do a catch on my index finger, right? So I'll show you what that looks like. Just like that, right? So it's there's lots of cool different variations. There's so many possibilities with this move. Hope you guys like that one. Thanks for watching. Peace.